All right, boys and girls. Beckett, of course, is not going to be here just yet. He had to take a quick nap, mainly because he feels dead. And I'm not surprised he decided to stay up last night and fucking do a not recording episode, even though we already fucking had a push Tuesday to Thursday. I'm grateful that he canceled all the other shit. Still a little irritated. Because he's like, dude, you should be fucking getting, like, rest. But, like, you decide, no, I'm gonna go on and laugh at stupid things. With people who are mid to low tier funny. It's funny because I have Europeans saying it. Anyways. Let's get the cam on. Because this is a special. So we have to have the cam on. Boom. There we go. Beckett will be with us momentarily. So, why am I streaming earlier and not at 2-ish? Mainly because I thought we could go over a little something I found, because I see a lot of shit on Warhammer, and I like Warhammer. What I don't like are stupid people. I don't like people who overreach and try to ruin people's lives because they have opinions and takes. So let us take a look at where this started. So, there was a big issue way back, known as the White Dwarf thing. This guy named Cerberus XT, whatever the fuck, some French fucking dude. You know, the French. We love the French, right? Fucking snail slurping idiots over in Europe. So, he's got all these weird little miniatures, and then he calls them the Gate Crashers. You know, very on the nose with the name of the group. This caused a bunch of shit, a lot of backlash, of course, as it would, because White Dwarf is like a big thing, and you know they show this, and on the same week I believe they announced the female custode thing. So maybe they were trying to show this, get people outraged and not notice the female custode shit. We're not here to talk about the female custode shit though. We're here to talk about a lolcow. We're here to talk about a specific lolcow. Her name is Demon Fae, or Demon Shay Fae. Now you're probably going, oh, who's that? Well, first of all, they're probably a groomer. So this is Dr. Fatass. Shay went ahead and lied about a bunch of shit about him. Not surprising. As most lolcows do, they lie. So there was a promise between Dr. Fatass and Shay over a thing, because Dr. Fatass called out the White Dwarf thing and said that that one of the flags looked like the pedo colors. Shay then comes out with make a promise, break a promise, and act like the victim when you're the one who started going after people. I'm not joking to say that he acts like an abuser. He does this to me multiple times, directly manipulating my emotions, and continues to hurt me. And others, any promises he makes to you are a lie. Conversation is blah, blah, blah. Dumb shit. A lot of, you know, constantly lying. Turns out Dr. Fatass, their person that they dated was, I think, friends with Demon Fae. So you got a little bit of collisions with the stuff. And all that. So this ex tried to basically convince Dr. Fatass that he was trans. Sad story, but we're not here to talk about Dr. Fatass. We're here to talk about Demon Fae Shay. Someone who is very, very small. Very small. Almost 200 creators. How does someone like this have such a big presence on Twitter? Well, because they're a bit of a lolcow. That is the main profile. Okay. So, I added at someone that I follow, who actually had a bit of a spat with this person, Purifier Azarel. I said, hey, you got any screenshots of Shay trying to dox, I think was it Chudhammer? I'm currently doing a fun little pre-Warhammer lol cow before the large portion. So we got a couple of these. I think this was trying to remember what this is. All right. Is this the right one? Oh yeah, the docs got you. Okay. This was the stuff that I was gonna... Yep, this is the stuff. So, basically after, the Demon Shay went after some people, a lot of shit got deleted. Because this person... Where's the... Is this the one? No, that's the giggling, laughing one. God damn it. I had this all set up and then I fucked it up. Okay. Yes. This is all the stuff now. Oh, some fun stuff about Cerberus. They tweeted this. My son, mom is beautiful. Dad is Pabo. I'm no expert, but it smells like Oedipus. Now, for those who don't know what the story of Oedipus was the son ends up sleeping with the mother. Kind of weird for a Frenchman to say. Just pointing that out there. So, basically, there's a bunch of shit that gets thrown. They end up basically deleting their account. They, and then they're giggling at the fact that they, basically, they fucking dox the guy. They dox, his shit and everything like that. So basically, she doxed Azrael and some guy in the military. I believe it was Chudhammer. Oh, let me refresh, because I see the Yamato message, but it's not coming up on my Twitch. What the fuck? Guess I'm gonna have to sign into chat. Hold on. Well, now it's not coming in at all. Ugh! That's weird. That should have came in. Oh, maybe it's on the, No, it's just for some reason it did not put your message through. That's strange. Anyways. I don't know what you said, but it's probably you agreeing with me. Like I said, this is just like a scuffed beginning portion because we gotta wait about an hour or so before Beckett crawls his ass out of bed. So, Shay tried to dox this dude, some military dude. Of course, Purifier Azrael, kind of a right-leaning guy, cis male, I don't really give a fuck. Dude seems pretty fucking chill. He laughs at retards, like most of us do. So she doxes this guy, or he, I don't know what fucking Shay identifies as. And this is the dox at Azrael. Purifier Azrael. Now, he's already publicly posted his own picture. He's not a bad-looking guy. He's alright. He's got a wife, I'm pretty sure, last time I checked. Bold move that you're legally trying to harass your harassment account to your actual identity. That might be a problem, because the one person who paid for the docs could have been my account on here, can legitimately tie an account to this info, given enough proof, but you've cleared that up. So, Shay tried to basically get this guy doxed. Both Azrael and Chudhammer, if I remember correctly. And someone warned Shay, hey, your PayPal shows your information if you're using, certain emails. Well, Shay then took that as someone telling them that, oh, I have your docs. And then publicly doxed herself. I will not show that because, I'm a good person. I'm not an asshole, not an idiot. I'm not going to put myself on the things. So, Azel tried to dox, or Azel didn't dox Demon Faye. Demon Faye tries to dox Azel. Someone warns Faye, hey, might want to be careful. Your information is linked to your PayPal. And then she doxes herself because she's fucking retarded and doesn't realize that it was someone that actually trying to warn them that, hey, be careful. Someone could use this against you. I think it was the Sigma female. Oh, followed by Tipster. What? Am I following Tipster? I followed Tipster on this account. Uh-oh. Damn, the self-dox is real. And I've made a couple of fucking jokes with Azel because they get really upset whenever something Warhammer related gets up. Dumb shit like that. But Azel did not dox this person. Azel did not dox them, and then Shay doxes Azrael because she used his face to get his shit, and then doxed Chudhammer, who I think was the army guy, because I remember following someone named Chudhammer, and now they fucking disappeared from the internet, and I remember them being very intimate with, or very fucking back and forth with this Demon Shay person. Like I said, this was kind of like thrown together last second because I'm trying to improv shit, because, Beckett is decided to, he's not feeling great. He's sleeping for an hour or so. He'll be on in a little bit. So, fun stuff. She basically laughed at someone's docs. Okay, we got some jokes in the bottom, of course. Why the fuck would you follow? This is an old account. This was supposed to be my light account. This was supposed to be my account that doesn't have all the horrible shit that I retweet and post and like. This was supposed to be my affiliated YouTube account. So the people who don't want to see the horrible shit don't have to see it. And now I'm just like, I don't really give a fuck anymore. So now it just works as an alt account. Which leads us to something that they posted 5 days ago. Some preem stuff from Super Despair World, featuring Demon Faye Shay, our lolcow. This is apparently a podcast talking about Warhammer. So I thought we'd look into it, Oh, apparently I've been leaving it playing. I didn't mean to do that. We don't want to give them views. That'd be gross. Seems like they got new episodes every week. Oh, I'm surprised that Rick didn't get you on the Racism D&D panel or Beckett. Rick. Who's Rick? Which Rick? I don't know any Ricks. Oh, also, bonus meme. Let me find it. I sent this to Mango, my friend Mango, about the Warhammer shit. Wick? Oh, yeah, fuck Wick. Me and Wick do not see eye to eye. I don't like Wick. I think Wick is a fucking, he's a snake. I don't like him. Oh, I can show you guys this. This is pretty funny. Some cream cringe. There's some normal Demon Faye shit. Delicious. Someone getting me boy preggers would fix me. This is supposedly the audience that Warhammer 40k wants to support. Now, look, you can be cringe, you can be gay, trans, whatever the fuck. Just don't be weird. I mean, at least just don't be weird and then claim that you speak on behalf of all of the, larger portion of the Warhammer community. Because you don't. You really don't. You're the silent majority. Silent minority. It's very loud. Very annoying. The orcs are black-coated has come back again. And this time, they're coming after Warhammer. Just want you to think about that. I don't have the stuff for that yet, but that was something that I remember sending Mango. Yeah, I hate it when people are fucking weird and then they try to advocate like everyone. Like everyone's a monolith. Yeah. These people are fucking insane. I mean, this person doxes themselves because they're retarded, and then goes and then tries to play victim, and then appears after, they get fucking backlash. Because I haven't think they posted on their fucking account in like 3 months. And then they do this thing to talk about how we don't play Warhammer. I don't play the tabletop, sure, but I love the games and I love the lore. I don't got the money for the tabletop. Sorry, I don't got 40K to fucking drop it. All right? That shit's expensive. So a little bit the orcs are black-coated simply because, well, I could explain my reasonings, but I don't want to get into it. Okay, so if you're using the World of Warcraft perspective, yes, I can totally understand that. Literally, the trolls are Jamaicans, and the orcs are basically based off of tribal black people of Africa. I'm not stupid. I know about that shit. But the D&D side of things, and the Warhammer side of things, especially Warhammer 40k, does not equate to it at all. Like I said, there's plenty of proof with World of Warcraft. There is little to no proof with Warhammer 40k and the D&D shit. Maybe earlier D&D if we're talking like 1st and 2nd edition. But this is something that I think was just gaslit into people. So anyways, let's listen to they got this is episode 21. I don't know what they fucking talk about, but I thought I'd react to their content because it would be fun. And I'm lazy and I don't feel like putting all my effort in while we're waiting for Beckett so we can get to the fun stuff. You know? You know how it is. I it's not like I don't love you guys. It's not like I don't want to give you good shit. But, Beckett not feeling very well. Yes, and that's what I'm talking about, 1st and 2nd edition, so we can have a discussion about the 1st and 2nd edition and the problem tropes from that. Yes, but no one plays 1st and 2nd anymore. No one has the patience for it. No one has the patience. No one has that patience for the 1st and 2nd. I didn't even play 1st or 2nd. No one has... Sorry, I have to keep this to make sure that it's running at a decent frame rate. All right, so let's react to this shit. It's got 183 dislikes. I wonder where they came from. I can tell you, Purifier Azrael did post some clips of this. So we'll go up to... Yeah, I might skip the cat girls or canon part. Let's
They/them. What up, tourists? All our best episodes start with bullying some nerds, so pick up your woke hammer and slam them right in the minis. You can forget the promise of logging off and touching grass, because in the grim darkness of online fandom, there is only war.
Grab him by the woke hammer and smash him in the minis. You come up with that one yourself, or did you have one of your people write that for you? Because honestly, I've heard the Warhammer and smash him in the minis, but I haven't heard the woke hammer one. So that's a start.
You guys are listening to Super Despair World. This is the only podcast sanctioned by the they/themperor of humankind.
Wait, who's canon and now why? We'll get to it. It's on the itinerary. Don't you see on the right hand side, right over here? This little thing over here, the itinerary that they got for us. Sorry, I'm shaking my computer because I'm angry because these people are retarded. The they/them emperor of mankind. This angers me because they're stupid. And these are the people who want to change how the game works. Well, I'm going to try to calm down a bit. Let's continue reacting to the cringe.
And all other communications are heresy. We're going to be a little quick about our self-promo today, but Dave, why don't you tell our listeners where they can fund this little psyop of ours?
Hey, we have a Patreon. Join it or die.
Can I skip their Patreon?
Better
shilling?
donate or not,
much more than $6.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a sinister $60, and we will entertain your
I don't want to hear their shilling. I do not promote them on this
war
show.
into the world. I can't even speak. Today we're diving into the world of Warhammer 40k and the raging front lines of the war on, I guess, having minorities in any piece of like fiction or media.
You're gonna pull the minority card? You're gonna pull the minority card. Are you fucking retarded? Are you having a fucking piss and a giggle? Ooh.
Or whatever. I'm something of a tourist in this hobby myself. So
Yes, you are a fucking tourist. This is why every time you post dumb shit, you get fucking clapped back really fucking hard by people who actually care about the entire fucking series. About the lore, about the minis, about the video games. And then you sit there in your little fucking bunker with your few fucking friends jacking each other off. I'm not allowed. Yeah, I'm out of here. Apparently, according to these people, you're not allowed in anymore. I'm sorry, they pushed you out. You know, I love to have black people and Spanish and Asians, even the transes and the gays. But, you know, we just can't have minorities playing Warhammer anymore, you know? We just can't have them, according to this person. True, you're not racist enough. Too bad. You guys can't even get seen very well. Hold on. Let me put your guys' little chat box over to the left. You guys can cover up this fucking disgusting abomination. Heretical shit. Heretical. Disgusting. Don't worry, I'll see myself out. Look, it's not the normal people saying it. It's the them's wokehammer fucking cult. All right? I would love to have the blacks. I mean, I got two blacks in my chat. Hayes and Yamato are both black. All right? You just got to be racist enough like Hayes. You know what's funny? I asked my mother if she'd be watching this stream because she's currently out of work right now. Trying to get another job, you know, switching shit. Right? One office to a different office. And I asked her, I'm like, hey, you gonna watch me and Beckett's analog horror thing? She's like, yeah, no, what time is it? And then this shit happens. The blacks. Yes, the blacks. My mom texts me, how do I get there? Is there a link? Just click my channel. My God. Boomers. Boomers. Old people. Am I right? Fucking. All right. Well, better than getting called white boy. Yeah. Because, like, you could be a girl. and then you get called white boy. Gotta send my fucking mom the link because she doesn't know how to do it. She doesn't know how to fucking do this shit correctly. There you go. There you go, Mom. There you go. Enjoy. Shout out to the Drizzler. True. Shout out to the Drizzler.
So today we've got a little special guest to lead us to victory. Shay, why don't you introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us about what you get up to?
So now, remember, Shay is the one that we just went over. Shay is the one who doxed two people that they disagree with on shit, and then doxed themselves because they're retarded. This is the person they decided to have on their show. Big brain.
And this little hobby.
Oh God. Hi, I'm Shay. My last name is probably doxed on Twitter somewhere.
I wonder why. I wonder how that happened. Huh. I got here, Evan. Just get me the summary. Okay, well, Mage, Beckett's not here yet. He's taking a nippy nap. A little nap, all right, before we get into the stuff. So I decided to go over a lolcow. You know, like what all my other friends do. But in the Warhammer sphere, we went over this person named Demon Shay. Demon Shay is someone who has doxed Chudhammer and Purified Aerosol. I follow Purified Aerosol and Chudhammer. Chudhammer, I think, is no longer on Twitter. I think they deleted everything. And Shay's original stuff is also gone. Because there's a lot of shit from their original Twitter that they don't want you to see. But I don't have anything from the Wayback Machine to pull that shit out. Because I looked. Couldn't find shit. So I'm a little irritated about that because I was hoping to find a little bit more of a gold mine. And now we're reacting to this recent podcast who will say these are very progressive because they just said that minorities aren't allowed to be in Warhammer. They just said it themselves. You know, they said it themselves. I thought Yamato knew about racism. No, that's a lie. It's all lies. But yeah, apparently Hayes, Haas, Who's, His, It Was, It's, and Yamato just are not welcomed in the Warhammer community by the progressive left of Warhammer. They wanna smack their woke hammer into their minis, like they said in the beginning, which isn't very funny because it's a joke that's already been made, and all they did was just replace war with woke. Let's continue.
I'm a random trans woman on the internet who likes 40K.
You're not a random trans woman. You made yourself very fucking proclaimed. People AWOG you now because you're a fucking retard. You're not just some random trans woman. He doesn't know how to commit a proper hate crime yet. Well, I wasn't here at the beginning. No, I'm not upset with you, Sage. I'm giving you the quick rundown. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. Jeez. We'll get him there. Exactly. Yamato, we gotta teach you how to properly do hate crimes. All right? Fucking hell. We gotta properly show you how to kill Xeno scums.
Okay, and that's a problem. Also, I guess to keep with the ongoing bit, your water is not safe from me or the rest of us.
Oh, you're already
the Emperor is coming from your water.
We love the 5G towers. We love drinking the tap water. We encourage our listeners to do it as often as possible.
You give them the fluoride stare. Especially, I hope these people are drinking water from Flint, because then at least I would understand why they'd make stupid takes. You know? Because I think to myself, I'm like, what fucking idiot would make these takes? Flint, yes, Flint water.
And, if you guys want to join our listeners, you can be one of our good girls in the Discord. So come check that out.
Not beating those grooming allegations, are we? You guys keep playing. You keep thinking you're being clever and cute and funny and ha-has and hoo-hoos and ho-hos. You guys are just fucking gross. Yeah, the whites will teach you. Exactly. The whites are the greatest at hate criming, all right? We got an extensive history. You know, I'll give you a crash course. Especially to each other. We're great at doing it to each other all the time.
We've got a real mess of a situation to dive into today. This has been a whole ongoing thing on Twitter for the past like two weeks or so. I want to say we usually don't get super topical, but this is a whole ongoing thing. So I thought let's unpack the whole mess going on in the 40K fandom with some recent news. I thought we'd maybe start with I guess the big point of contention, right? At least I think I'll identify this as the first thing that people got really upset about. So it seems like there was this situation where there's this account on Twitter, Cerberus XT, and all this seemed to kick off when they posted a bunch of like Warhammer minis they painted in the colors of like the pride flags. I'll share it with you guys.
Yes, let's not talk about how Cerberus, as I just showed earlier, the same guy, the same Frenchman who appeared on White Dwarf, right? Actually, hold on. Let me grab. I could just grab it for you guys. Hold on. I'll just show you guys. You know, show
on
don't tell.
Our little group.
Shut up. Cerberus is the person who made this. Ta-da! Cerberus is the person who has made the whole gate crasher shit. I went over it. But what they don't tell you is that Cerberus has some... Well, let's see if we can... just type in... I think it'll come up as soon as I type in his name. Some really, really creepy shit. Where is it? Oh. The guy might have, did the, yeah. Maybe it's a saturation thing. Maybe not. Where's the weird message he fucking made? About, his son having sex with his mom. Oh, fucking hell. Purifier, why, please tell me you have it at least on your thing. What are you eyeing about? Moms are the real troops. Shut the fuck up. Fuck, where is it? You just fucking had it like not even a few minutes ago. Damn it. Alright, whatever. Take my word on it. I showed it earlier. So they referenced it to smelling like Oedipus. Which, if you don't know the story of Oedipus is the father dies, the son goes off, comes like a king or some shit, and then he fucks his mom. Yeah. A Frenchman says that about his son and his wife. And he's French. Is that Elon Musk defunct website $50 pet that's dying mostly? I mean, yes. But honestly, it's somehow still kicking, and that's what I gotta give it props for, is that it still works. We're not even 4 minutes in, and they've made me angry. We'll continue.
Chat here. Maybe we'll pull that up on screen. And it's just like I guess this got a lot of outrage because it was featured in like an official Warhammer magazine or something. And then I don't know, maybe you could expand on the situation for us, Shay. What's going on here?
Oh, yeah, Cerberus is actually just, he's an excellent Warhammer painter from France. He's been doing a series, and
What's also not mentioned the time he colored the trans colors on a plague marine. For those who don't know what a plague marine is, they're one of the most disgusting abominations in the Warhammer 40k universe. Now, the reason why people pointed this out, what is going on here, Evan? Shay the Demon is a famous, we'll say infamous Warhammer 40k lolcow who doxed two people that I know from the Warhammer community because they are a crybaby fat retard or something. I don't know, something along that lines. And we're covering them a bit. Papa Nurgle loves all kinds. Yes, but here's the thing though. When you have when it's a plague marines have these things called axe wounds. Now, what other reference do people use against trans people? They call them, what do they call them? What do they call them? Okay, but that's why everyone was like, I don't know if Cerberus is like just trolling or if this person's just dumb. I mean, they are French. Again, they're not going to beat those allegations. I didn't realize it was doxing. Yeah, no, Shay has doxed Chudhammer and Purified Azel. Banger transphobia, I can't beat that. Let's continue.
he talked about why he did it in that article. I actually got the White Dwarf issue today. He basically just, I think it was somebody gifted him a Tyranid model, which, if you don't know what that is, it's, imagine the Alien, the Xenobite from Alien, and you
It's too far for Evan. Too damn far!
pretty much have the gist of what it looks like. And he wanted to screw around with templates, color palettes, so he just did it in trans pride flag colors, and it sort of just kicked off a thing that he's been doing where he's been...
Again, he's not going to beat those allegations if he's trolling or not, you know. The trans thing, comparison to Tyranids, also known as creatures that constantly evolve, and then we could go into the Gene Stealer cult stuff. You're not helping yourselves. I'm just saying, you guys are trying to sound progressive when you're just making jokes that write themselves. We all know you're a chaser, Evan, so it's okay. I'm never beating those. I'm never beating the chaser allegations, and I'm never beating the racist allegations. Or the misogynist allegations. I know the deep Evan lore. Yes, but you could also ask people who are trans who yes, I am the least racist forest player. This is true. And I will hold that title above my head proudly. And shake it around. Not too far. I just wouldn't know how to stop it. Add somewhere both set most trans people aren't bothering anybody. Them existing doesn't bother me. But weird dudes who wake up and think about them in a hateful way freak me out. Well, I don't hate trans people. I got plenty of fucking people who are like lefties, trans, and all the fucking other isms and whatever the fuck. But it's these kinds of people, the people that think that they're the vocal minority who scream about not being included when Warhammer has been very inclusive. They are very open to people coming into the community. They don't like it when you want to change the game, where you want to change the lore. That's what they don't like. And I've had this I've watched Chili Bite, Chili Bite is a friend of the channel here, our local Aussie, who has explained to me what was the story. It was during the Horus Heresy, where Horus was in the throne room about to kill the Emperor, and it was the Lone Guardsman. I don't remember what the fucking proper terminology was. And then the Lone Guardsman was killed by Horus, which distracted Horus long enough for the Emperor to beat his son. Then they changed it to make the soldier a immortal. And then they changed it to make it a Terminator, or I think it was a Terminator Blood Angel. So they kept changing it, and the reason why they changed it to a Terminator Blood Angel is because there was there was a big thing coming out for the Blood Angels. So, and people will always denounce the other two iterations. They will always go with the Lone Guardsman one. So there is a lore that people accept and deny. These people like to do the everything is canon shit and fucking piss away any goodwill in the Warhammer fandom.
Been attempting to take the color palette of Pride colors and turn them into a cohesive paint scheme for a series of Pride minis, because I mean, he himself is bisexual, and
that explains why he wants his son to fuck his mother, because he wants to get in on that too. Cerberus is a sick freak, and he's French, allegedly. Not the French part, but the sick freak. He made the Oedipus tweet. It's there. Everyone can see it. Sorry, I had to fix the camera. Yeah, some people believe that in a way you make changes by telling people we're changing this now, but stuff should just change naturally as people are included in shit and everything. Well, here's the thing, though. The world of Warhammer is grimdark. It's supposed to be fucked up. It's supposed to be racist. It's supposed to be horrible. It's not a good place. It's supposed to be bad. Everyone's a bad guy. But then you got these fucking retard butt stuff. Yes. Yes, Medi. Yes, Sage. Butt stuff. Exactly. He wants to do butt stuff with his kid. God damn it.
he's kind of been in the same boat that the rest of us, who actually like 40K, have been in, where we're just kind of really tired of the weirder part of the people.
You are the weirder part. You've created these fucking cults, these weird fucking ideas of, well, everything's canon. Let's make the fucking femstoties buff fucking ugly, or not even ugly. I mean, they want to make them big mommy, you know, fucking stampeding shit because it's a fetish thing for them. They don't actually care about women fucking being custodes. They care about getting their goon off. They just want to jack themselves off to their big mommy fucking custode and not actually care about the fucking lore that's built around it. And I've said this before. If they were to write a cohesive story on why there are female custodes now, after they've been denied for many, many years, and supposedly they're just now part of it, I would like to know why. Not just a paragraph. I would like a story. I would like a series of stories explaining why this is. And you could play with it very well. You could play with it with the fact that they don't, you know, because it is a very primarchal society, that they didn't want women to be seen in areas of power. But then, here's the issue with that. Women can become officers. Women can become battle sisters. There's a lot of things that counter that argument. So that's why it's like, it's something that doesn't work very well within the situation.
People who claim to be in the community. And this is just a nice little thing that he did as a general.
Could have been dragons with spatulas for glizzies, but no. Just cartoon dudes.
I guess he's a just general pro-queer stance. And they're beautiful minis.
Yeah, I'm looking over these right now. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I maybe like $100 a month or something. A pretty sick paint. Those are some great colors on the color scheme on that. Like, people would get these little figures.
Yeah, flags aside, this fucking rules.
Yeah,
I look at.
Is this their token straight guy, or is he like gay too? I'm curious. Sorry. Sometimes they'll have like a token character, so they look like they're diverse and not a cult. This is what, cults do. That's fine.
The one like right up front it's holding, and like, god damn, that looks like
The crazy detail that's happened
let's,
to be
let's get to
put
the
into it.
custodian
Like
shit.
he's
all right. I think maybe to move things along, the point I kind of wanted to get.
I don't want to fucking sit here listening to them fucking jerk themselves off about how progressive they are, when literally the person they have invited on docks 2 people, a military man and a person that I follow on Twitter, Purified Azrael. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about their opinions at that point, and they should be glad that I'm using their fucking pronouns and not just calling them fucking, slurs, because you do not dox. You don't do that shit. But then again, they did dox themselves. So, I mean, karma. It's a bitch, ain't it?
Get at here was like, I guess the next piece of big news that's responsible for like the current
Slurs.
kerfuffle in the fandom is they
Everyone's
recently
favorite.
announced, so there's all these different like factions and armies and things, and one of them
And what's funny, and I love this, every time they have to explain it, they have to, because they know their audience doesn't do this, like, they don't know shit about Warhammer. So they have to explain it to them like a fucking 5-year-old, where I could have an actual conversation with at least half my chat currently about Warhammer, and they will know the factions. I'm pretty sure Shadow knows. I'm pretty sure Hayes knows. I'm pretty sure fucking Yamato knows. That's about half chat. So, like, the fact that you have to baby them and explain them in such a way shows that you are the minority. You are the vocal minority. I'm just gonna shut up for a second. I'm angry because these people are stupid.
because
The one thing I hate are ignorant, stupid people. Don't expect me to know shit. It's okay. Just watch some Luton, and Luton will explain everything to you. Or just watch text. If the Emperor had text to speech, which is what got me into Warhammer 40k, was if the Emperor had text to speech. Or at least it got me in deeper into the lore and everything. They did a really good fucking job with it, and it's sad that he's not been able to continue it. I don't wanna. Fine, you're missing out. You're missing the funnies.
custodians, the personal guard of the emperor himself or something, they used to be like just men or something like that, and recently came.
They've always been men. They've always been referenced as men. It's referenced as the sons of the Emperor. No daughters, no children, sons. That is male. I'm here to listen to you. Well, thank you. I'm so glad that you want to listen to me yell about about dumb shit. No, see, you're all here for Beckett. You guys are just waiting for the for when Beckett comes so we can watch fucking the mythos shit. Oh, now he's around. Now you show up. I thought you said 2-ish.
I did say 2-ish.
It's
2-ish, isn't
1:45
it?
p.m.
What do you mean?
It's 1:45.
Well, that's 2-ish.
No, that's like 15 minutes before.
Well, that doesn't change the fact that it's 2-ish.
No, it does change the fact.
Well, if you said it was 1:45-ish, that would sound fucking weird. So you don't. You say it's 2-ish.
I'm gonna fucking 2-ish you.
Okay. Well, I'm here. I've arrived.
You gonna go on cam or are you gonna deprive chat?
Might
You
go
can
on
deprive chat and make them fucking, torch everything. Or
I'll go on. I'll go on
chat.
cam when someone gives you some money. How's that?
There we go.
Can be
Donate!
a stream reward. If you donate to Evan, I will go on cam. Okay. Once somebody has
I want a
given him
minimum.
fucking
I want a
money-
minimum of $10 in my account right now to get Beckett on.
You have me on fucking camera.
Do you know what's funny is that I had to laugh because my mom's actually watching this right now. Because my mom is currently.
Oh, I was going to say all kinds of like shit and slurs and
that's-
stuff,
that's
and now I
fine.
can't. So
That's fine. No, my mom doesn't really give a fuck.
okay, that's fine.
Well, Hayes, what are you talking about? The buffering. Is it it doesn't, because I got it running on my second screen. It doesn't look like it's buffering.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oops, sorry, Evan's mom. Yeah, I don't like my mom talking in chat. That's why I had to remove her from the chat.
Wait, hold
thing.
on. Have you banned your mum from chat?
Yes, I banned my mom from chatting because
That's legitimately very funny. Actually, that's possibly the funniest thing you've ever done. That's fucking hilarious.
and I've explained this to my mom and my dad because my dad also watches me, but my dad didn't do the thing of making himself announced as being my dad.
No, that's
and the problem is that my mother has her full fucking name as her YouTube thing. So it's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to ban you. I'm gonna have to stop
Probably.
you from talking because I don't want
Probably
people
best.
finding me. Where it's like my dad has some fucking weird name, and then he was like talking in chat about how he did like acid. I'm like, okay, thanks.
That explains an awful lot about you.
Thanks,
Evan.
Dad. Like I didn't know that.
God, okay, that's actually very funny.
Yeah, it's like thanks, Dad. And I didn't have to reference him as my dad because, you know, I just don't want people like looking in. I sat here like not acknowledging I knew it was my dad, but the fact that I'm like, why is he talking like he's never told me this before. What? So I did a little pre-show, a preamble of shit because, you know, I didn't know how long you were going to be asleep for. So I've been talking about Demon Fae Shay. AKA the retarded Warhammer trans person that docks two people that I follow on Twitter, Chudhammer and Purified Azarel, and then docks themselves because they're retarded.
What? Wait, why did they dox people?
Over Warhammer.
Okay, what side on the Custodes battle are they on?
Demon Fae, the female side.
The female side. Okay.
They want women in Custodes without reason. They just want them. They don't give a good reason why.
I've softened on this position. I'm actually fine with female Custodes.
No, fuck
yes.
them. I'm not
Yes.
gonna sit here while they sit in they're gooning over it. They don't actually care. They just want to fucking jack off the giant fucking mommy Titan characters.
Okay, true, sure.
There's the Battle Sisters right there for you freaks.
But as far as I can tell from the codex, so they've already killed one of them, and I think that's based.
Look, the only way I will accept female Custodes, and Purified Azrael agrees with me on this, we get Space Skaven. I want Space Skaven.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
That is the only. I'm like, I'm not just gonna give shit. I'm gonna get something in return, and I want Space Skaven. I want to have the Leagues of Votann fighting Space Skaven with old fucking world technology. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm actually fine with that. That's good. I think I like. Do you know that like Warhammer is an entire faction that are non-binary?
You mean like the servitors?
No, orcs.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, no. They are male presenting according to the canon.
They're male presenting, but they are mushrooms.
And apparently they have penises.
They're mushrooms.
Guys, I haven't gotten a single donation. It doesn't seem like you guys want Beckett on cam.
I can't believe how hurtful this is. That you're someone on camera. It's fucking. I thought people like looking at me. Clearly not. Clearly, I need to make some changes to my own fucking stream.
I always joke. I said they don't come to watch the fucking Irish ghoul. They come to watch the metrosexual British man.
That is true and accurate. I put in the work.
I cut my hair all the time.
I do cut my hair. I cut my hair for stress relief.
For stress relief.
I find it relaxing.
When Beckett
it's a habit. It's a habit that I picked up during the 3-year period that YouTube won't let us mention.
When Beckett says I cut, he literally means his hair, not himself.
Yeah, like, and I was like, I started cutting my hair, and then I was like, I actually quite enjoy doing this.
So Shay, like I said, is they have their character is an Imperium. Their little OC is an Imperium soldier with devil horns and fey ears. And I sit there and I cringe. And I cringed. I cringed very hard.
Yeah, they'd be purged.
Yeah, I'm just like, your creations are an abysmal. All right, let's pull up Monument Mythos so I can get that while I'm still going on my preamble. So, yeah, I've been just talking about the shit that Shay did. Shay was friends with there was this guy named Dr. Fatty. And he dated a trans person who tried to make them trans. Does not help with the grooming shit. And then they broke up with them. And then Faye was friends with this trans person. They had a ceasefire thing. Cerberus, the guy that was on the White Dwarf page, making all those weird, pride flag figures that everyone lost their minds about.
Yes. I don't know what the banging is, by the way, but it's my neighbors.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. It's fair game. I sit here in the middle of the night and laugh, so they probably hate me.
But turns out Cerberus has got some weird tweets.
Like, okay.
We're talking some weird shit. So he's a French guy, right? That's already a strike.
Right, okay.
He's bisexual. Not that bad.
That's pretty good.
When he tweets, when my son goes, I love my mommy and poppy, smells like Oedipus up in here. I have to stand there and question, what the fuck?
That's a very...
That is the man that did all the pride fucking flag figures.
That's very concerning as a thing to tweet.
He's also bisexual. So send you the tweet. Yes, I will send you that tweet. Does he put women in his walls? No, he didn't. Constigo, Montiago, whatever the fuck.
He didn't do the JF thing where like Mama JF now lives in the walls.
It's not.
That's a very weird thing to tweet. I need to see the context for it. That's an extreme thing to tweet. What the fuck?
Cerberus. Fuck. It's got to be on because I had to use my Oedipus. Cyberix. What the fuck is it? I showed it earlier on stream. There was no fucking context. It was someone they just literally tweeted this, and then Fire Perel fucking pointed it out and was like, "Yeah, it's kind of creepy, dude." Gotta go on my fucking account now.
That's always a risk.
Yeah,
it's always a risk.
That's okay. I got it in a different window. Don't worry. I have an alt account, which was what I was using for the other shit. And I even asked, Purified Azrael to send me the stuff about, the links to that stuff. The doxing shit that Shay did. Where the fuck is it? I remember liking the tweet. Damn it. I gotta sit here and look through this. You guys gonna donate? Beckett's getting really upset because he can't put his cam on.
Yeah, so I'm crushed.
He's crushed.
I'm devastated.
So upset.
Can't believe you do this to me.
Can't believe. Yeah, you guys must think Beckett's ugly.
Yeah. Very bullied. Hold on, I'll give you a picture to put up on screen. I'll give you a picture.
You guys get a picture.
You get a picture to put up on screen. There you go.
I have that one that I used for my fucking thumbnail.
Hold on, let me see if I can find something. Find an interesting picture of myself that you can put up on screen.
An interesting picture. Just pull up the baby one. Little baby Beckett.
I fucking hate that picture.
And you look like the only fucking pissed off baby out of everyone who got babyfied.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, well, Resi is incapable of looking pissed off. What can you put up as a picture for me? God, what do I have? I'm just going through my gallery of shit that I've got for thumbnails over the last 3 months. That's a good one. Actually, put this up. It'll make me laugh.
Put it up because it'll make you laugh.
Yeah.
I don't like this. The fact that you're making me save this upsets me.
Hey, you need like a big name to draw the crowds,
Yeah.
Evan. Right.
All right,
And
guys.
what bigger name is there?
We got. Here comes Beckett coming up on screen now. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Is this the right one? Did I do it right? There it is. There's Beckett. I hope you're happy with yourself, chat. I hope you're happy with yourself. You did
I
this.
like the way it's compressed.
Well, yeah, I had to fucking save it as an image. It's not going to come out square.
Good times. Good times.
Let
That
me
makes me
I'm
happy.
still trying to find that fucking... Where is it? Fuck. I'll go back and stream later and I'll send it to you. I don't feel like fucking scrubbing through like 30 fucking messages to find it. Anyways, Faye got invited onto a we'll call it a woke hammer, as they say themselves. Grab your woke hammer and slam them in the minis. And it's like, wow, I haven't heard that joke before, but was replaced with the word woke instead of war. Really talented people they got over at Super Despair World. It's got 1.4 views. A lot of dislikes though. A lot of dislikes. All right. And Femboy's messaged me, of course, during live stream, mind you.
What she wants to do? Debate you?
Oh, we're having the debate eventually, but not right
Wait,
fucking now.
what are you debating her on?
Just religious stuff in general. If it's a positive or negative.
Well, Femboys can't even fucking keep
Yes.
racism and lolicon out of a fucking Discord server, so...
Yes. Look, trust me, even Mango agrees with me that, like, I've literally gotten the okay to take the boxing gloves off if they try to start shit.
But I'm happy for you.
They are her now. Yes, they identify as a she now because they believe they don't want to be femboys anymore because of the racist indications of, you know, how femboys are somehow usually racist, which then makes you go, well, I mean, you did do like, you know, some
Wait, femboys are normally racist?
Yeah, that's like an actual thing.
Really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I have like 3 femboy friends who are incredibly fucking racist. I hang out with a diverse group of people. That's how I'm more progressive than you. I'm more progressive than you, chat, because I hang with people from all colors of life.
I'm not convinced that's how that works. Like
it is how it works.
In
It's
any
one
capacity
Finster.
or way or anything.
No, because I think Finsters cringe and I would never be their friend. I would never be Finster's friend. All right.
Okay.
So,
Introduce me to this. I don't know anything about this ARG.
it's called
I'm
an
going
analog.
blind.
It's called an analog horror, Beckett, or Chili's gonna bite my head off again.
Okay, I
Just
don't know
kept
anything
calling-
about this analog horror.
So Monument Mythos takes place in America, of course, and something strange is going on with
In the
our
neighborhood.
monuments. Yeah, in the neighborhood.
Who you gonna call?
I don't know.
Okay.
The feds? The Ghostbusters
Well-
don't exist in this universe. It's an alternate
well-
history universe.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the first episode.
Shadow
I'm
goes,
excited.
wait, what is Will and his channel doing here? Well, because chat hasn't donated to the specified amount of $10, Beckett is not coming on cam until the amount has been paid.
I knew no one's gonna give you $10, so I'm safe.
Beckett then said, "Here, use this picture."
Yeah. I thought Will and his channel would be perfect. It's
Shadow. Oh, really? Yes. That's what he said. Soulless ginger exploiting capitalism. I'm
True.
for. Sage, I understand. I'm not demanding it from you. I'm talking about the people who actually make a lot of money in chat. There are 2 in here right now that I know of. We're currently in chat.
Yeah, I
Also,
know what
welcome,
Shadow
Jack.
ends. I know what Shadow ends. So
It's like, I know for one, Shadow makes decent money. Fed.
you cheap bastard.
Fucking fed.
Um,
And I know Jack's retired, but he just got here, so I'm not gonna give him shit for it. he's now. I don't think he's ever showed up for one of my fucking for my streams. So welcome, Jack. This is not normal to what we typically do, or what I typically do. Usually it's just gaming streams, but me and Beckett have been doing analog horror reactions. Oh, you've been here before, you just don't talk? Oh, okay. Well, thank you for talking this time, because there's actual people in chat to talk to this time. I might squeeze chat just a little bit over. Should I have chat on or off for this?
I'll put him on. Go
Put 'em
on.
on.
Then they can feel engaged. I do
Okay.
that, but I'm a bastard.
Oh, also, I did go on a tangent about you not fucking resting last night.
I fucking tried. I'm so tired.
Yes, because the Now Recording group has a whip and a grip on your balls, and you're not your own man.
It's a fucking monopoly. I swear to God.
You have a monopoly on your balls?
Yeah, I've got something in the something.
How much of a percentage do I have of your balls?
None.
None?
None yet.
None?
No.
After all I've done.
You can't even get me on camera.
No, it's chat that can't get you on camera. It's chat that can't get you on camera. Welcome, Ecclesiastic Ghoul. I think
hey,
that's
Mon, how you doing? Yeah, that's Mon.
Mon?
Mon, yeah.
Mon?
Mon.
Mon.
Yeah. Mon. Mon's cool. Mon's
okay, cool. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Analog Horror Show.
Daytime analog horror.
Yeah.
It's like the worst time to be doing this, Trey. This is like the worst scheduling for like analog horror.
Wendigoon does it all the fucking time.
Yeah, but Wendigoon's a hack.
Fuck you, Wendigoon's great. I don't see you fucking quoting Bible verses in your fucking videos and knowing exactly. Yeah, but you're a theologist. You're a fucking theologist. You should be able to know this shit.
The term is theologian. Okay. Theologist. It's like day drinking, but with horror. Yeah, true and based.
All right, so let's start with the first episode called Corner Folk. Let's see if there's anything in the description. Music by Andrew Wilson. Okay.
Oh, it's nice that he's branching out from being a right-wing shell.
Oh, look! We got a donation! Oh.
How much was the donation for?
How much was the donation for? Let's take a look.
You probably don't want to bring that up on stream.
Yeah,
also,
no.
the fact that you use light mode is like actually cancerous.
Fuck off.
Balls
in your court, Becky. It doesn't say. It just says Beckett's camera supported Evan do things.
Do you fuck? Okay. It's for 10.
It's for 10. All right.
Fine. Someone donated. Someone give more money to Evan. Look at the state of this fucking man. He has to he's literally wearing a hand-me-down flat cap, for fuck's sake.
This was given to me by Aaron, you asshole. This was a gift.
It was a gift?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm
Look at him. He's wearing fucking washed out rags on his head.
Yeah, it's basically
that offers sentimental value to him.
Yeah, that's so cringe. Okay, fine. Fucking... Camera on. This time, flip me in the right direction. That'd be great. I appreciate that.
Autistic. Flip you in the right direction?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
my
can
camera
try.
in direction it's actually meant to be facing. That'd be
Yeah, God
awesome.
forbid.
Let's well, look, I don't have much control over my life, but I'd like control over like slight sections of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be just great.
Oh god damn it! I gotta fucking make it because it's like, oh, you can't undo it and redo it.
I know.
Oh, let me remake the guest cam.
How much to get him to put everything in dark mode instead of like? I don't know if you have to pay for that, Mon. I think that's just me
20
bullying him
bucks.
off.
20
20
bucks.
bucks. 20 bucks.
20
For Evan
bucks.
to sort his shit out and act like a fucking person in like.
I'm not a fucking vampire.
Yeah, that seems like a you problem.
Evan,
like,
please
as
don't
opposed
vor
to
the mic. I don't vor the mic.
How much to get Evan to vor the mic?
That's not something you guys can afford.
You are wrong.
It's too big. I can't put that in my mouth. I can't put that whole fucking mic in my mouth. Fucking hell. Now I gotta hold on because I had this all set up, and now it's like it's being fucking finicky.
Well, I was an hour late again.
Yeah.
Actually, last time, well, technically I was only 45 minutes late. That's pretty good for me. My inability to turn up for anything on time at the moment is kind of getting legendary. So it's a.
Oh no, they're gonna see
a
our
skill
chat.
set.
They're gonna see our chat logs.
Oh wow, our chat logs are incredibly fucking boring.
Just me fucking ripping you a new one.
Just like
Every time
Beckett, why don't you
fucking-
message me back? Beckett, can you message me back? Never message anyone back.
No, it's just like Beckett. Are we still doing this? Beckett, are we still doing this? Beckett, where are Beckett? Look at this. Beckett, Mango sent you free content about Blair TV using CSEM.
Oh, I saw that shit. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
fuck.
got early fucking access to that to send to you because Mango was being nice, and then I'm just like, okay, I'll send this to Beckett.
Fuck yeah, no, I just fuck yeah. I think everything's been overlapping. Okay, now just flip the camera direction.
Yes.
There we go. There we go. So much control.
God, you look so.
We'll make a
fucking,
producer of
you
you,
look horrible.
Yeah, thanks. I know.
You look horrible with that.
I'm tired.
So that's why you don't like black men? I do not want to have sex with black men.
Oh my fucking god.
Beckett's
Okay.
replied to what? One of his 5,000 DMs he has every morning. That is not true.
I fucking it. Do you want to know how many unread messages I have on Discord? It is in the thousands. It's reached that point.
You know what you do is you just right click and you mark all as red.
Yeah, but then I couldn't like every time I show it to anybody, they get really like antsy. It apparently triggers people's anxiety, and that makes me laugh. I enjoy that.
Triggers my anxiety.
Oh, right. Well, let's have a look at these monuments that are spooky. Let's go. Let's watch the spooky.
Thanks, Shadow. That makes me feel comfortable about myself. It does trigger my anxiety, you bastard. That's what Shadow says. All right, let's watch. In 2010, Riley Tillian uploaded 3 videos describing unseen presence in his home. The 4th video in 2013 raised concerns over his safety, prompted an official investigation. Is this the right one? Hold on. Yeah, it's Monument Mythos. You know what? I'll just play the trailer. 31 seconds to give you an idea. There you go. That was the teaser. Official investigation. Who are they calling? Department of Ghostbusting. Again, as Beckett has said promptly before starting this, there is no Ghostbusters. They do not exist in this realm. This is an alternate reality.
Many dimensions intersect with their own, several of which are 2D planes. When 2 or more planes intersect, they form corners. Entities in the intersecting planes cannot perceive each other. They exist separately
I like
in their
geometry.
own worlds. However, the corner folk can pass these boundaries and enter other planes. The corner folk are a trans-dimensional species. They are the only ones who can traverse the corners shaped by planes. Coincidentally, I believe that the corners of my own home align with several planes, for I've seen the corner folk in action, crossing the corners from one reality to another.
While making this video, I heard corner folk immediately got my camera, and this is what I recorded. Replay at 0.5 speed. Fix Beckett's cam. God damn it! Did it do a thing?
This leap requires massive amounts of energy that, when released, produces bright blue flashes. I have yet to discover the source of this energy,
There you go.
and the reason behind the cornerfolk crossings remains unknown.
I exist again. Yeah.
I exist again. Upload 2. The Corner Folk update.
While I was at work, my cameras captured up to 12 cornerfolk huddling in the doorway. I used to think that they had to cross dimensions
nice.
quickly, but the new footage
Little
has
squid.
proven otherwise. When I'm
Yeah,
not around,
they
they take a
seem
break
happy.
from traveling and
It's
exhibit
cool.
micro
They
movements
like
similar
corners.
to
I like that
dreaming
for them.
animals.
Yeah.
They must feel safe in these corners, which suggests that the cornerfolk's own home is made of similar structures. I imagine that their
Jack, Corner Folk, I am immediately dubious about this. This looks like a microwave interfacing with digital camera.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Jack. I know your belief structures. I don't know if you're allowed to be dubious of anything. I think you're at the point where you should just listen and believe.
I believe in Corner Folk.
corner
Jack.
world is made of many plane intersections, allowing them to move freely without using up any energy. My photographs show that smaller cornerfolk have odd impressions on their skin, as though they had been pressed against many plane intersections at once. The corners likely belong to a nursery or a crib in their homeworld. A multitude of corners placed in close proximity could be used to secure the infant from leaving the corner world. Perhaps they only cross corners in search of food, the same way we only leave our homes for resources. The corner world may be used to raise young, while my own house's corners serve as rest stops of sorts during their journeys.
Imagine your house being a rest stop. And they just shit right on it.
I've begun to dream of the corner world. I can't stop thinking about it. According to the calendar, I've spent entire weeks in my home,
This gives me like House
just
of Leaves
drawing and
vibes.
describing the corner world on paper.
You know, I like
I
keeps
lost my
thinking
job
of the
last month due to
fucking
repeated
weird shit in the
absences.
book.
But it really does feel like I just left the office this afternoon. When the corner folk jump,
A gas station for
It feels as though
interdimensional
they're taunting
creatures.
me.
Yes.
but I'm close to a solution. Regardless of whether my body survives the forces of the corner world or not, this much is certain. The
I
fear
will
of my
become
own
corner.
destruction will not prevent my entry.
Upload number 4.
I'm sorry. What? Why? Why? What?
You know, before
Hey
you
guys,
fucking tried
don't
that,
worry,
just
I'm gonna-
bounced back. Just fucking
God, this is dumber than Linkara's like fucking murder scene. This is so fucking stupid. Jack, what do you mean faked?
We know
He
it's
clearly
fake.
just jumped into a corner. Shut the fuck up.
He clearly jumped into the corner realm.
Yeah. You're one of them, aren't you, Jack? You're working for them. See, this is the problem with light mode.
That's how light mode looks to most of you motherfuckers.
Yes, it is. It's accurate.
Following his last upload, viewers requested a wellness check on Riley Tillin. Local authorities found Tillin asleep in one of the corners of his room. Jack is clearly a corner folk.
True.
He came from
Actually,
the flatland.
I have never seen Jack out like not in a corner. That's true, actually. He's always in a fucking corner every time.
He's always in the corner of his camera.
Yeah, and he talks about communism. Like, that's one corner of the political compass. Everything's corner themed with this motherfucker. Like,
He's fucking corner.
Deeply
He's corner pilled.
yeah, it's corner pilled. This is deeply suspicious.
All right. Following those last up, okay, yeah. A closer examination reveals his internal organs have been folded along various axes, warranting immediate medical attention. This is slander on the circle folk. During his recovery, Tillin avidly made origami, despite claiming he never been taught how to do so. As of 2020, he remains in the care of his friends.
This motherfucker has friends. I'm jealous.
This one's called The Liberty Lurker. Archivist note. It is believed that all surviving audio recordings of the infamous 1889 Liberty Lurker interview with Frederick Augustus Bartholdi are fakes produced by the American publicists at the turn of the 20th century. Archaic spelling and other minor deviations in the French transcriptions can be attributed to these publicists. The deviations have been found preserved to maintain the transportation's historical integrity, while American publicists correctly capitalize etatis unis. What's that word? Beckett.
I don't know. It's very small on my screen.
It's ETATS.
Are you really asking the dyslexic what word that is?
Yes, I'm spelling it for you so you don't have to fucking look at it. You know how to spell, Beckett?
No, I'm dyslexic. That's what dyslexia is.
No, dyslexia makes it when the letters switch around, not the fucking alphabetical fucking word.
I think United States is fine. In their transcriptions of, I can't work out, Liberty Lurker interviews, French writers often left the country in, well, I mean, good.
I just wanted to know what this word was.
case-
I could have read the rest of it.
Well, fucking, can't help you. In lowercase to study
I'm
at
gonna
their
open this up in a
own
different.
anti-American sentiments.
I'm gonna open up how to this word and see.
Yeah,
if
I
it's-
fucking, of course you are.
It just means United States in French.
Okay.
That's retarded. Why couldn't they just put United States?
Because they're French.
Why?
and they
Why do the
do-
French
they
gotta do weird shit? Whatever. Includes a new restored clip of STLI 1.8084. Film damage is no longer visible.
Okay, let's go.
Atats unis, says Jack. Atas unis. Frederick Augusta Bartholdi.
Okay, hold on. Pause. This is unhearable. Hold on. Although the statue was intended to be a gift, the US ambassador urged us to follow President Grant's requests. President.
Well, he's also speaking French.
Pause. We agreed, and each month we receive varying size requirements for the pedestal. After 4 years, requests to change the size of the pedestal ceased. And people wonder why the pedestal is so much taller than the lady. All I tell them is, ask the Americans.
I don't know anything about that. And 1949, the statue underwent extensive renovations. The official blueprint behind the changes, titled STL 1.8084, was classified for 36 years. Provide an entrance for sustenance, install engine to assist with eventual departure. Engine. The axle. The wheels. The entrance. The stairs. The drain. Waste storage. During the summer of 1954, thousands of immigrants described a foul odor while passing through Ellis Island. I misread that and said like they were the smelly ones, and not that there was a weird odor.
Oh my god.
Ellis Island was awful. The whole place reeks of flesh like a slaughterhouse.
You were like a child. How do you know what a slaughterhouse smells like?
Doesn't look like a child.
That's a child. Like being French ages you.
Being French ages you. Like a wine. There are also dead birds everywhere. My sister even found one in the toilet. If this is how the coast is, my father said, imagine how bad the city smells. I remember hearing other families half-jokingly say they wanted to return to Milan because of the smell. My family has sprayed perfume and burned candles to keep the stench away, but it would only work for an hour or so until the air became unbearable again. The evenings were so hot I stayed mostly awake, even though the rest of my family slept soundly. I remember looking out the window each night and seeing lines of people being led to the Liberty statue by officials. After they would go inside the pedestal, the officers would leave as if nothing would happen. The following morning would smell so much worse than like a slaughterhouse. Ellis Island Immigration Station closed following November. First sighting of the Liberty Lurker, August 1985. Upon investigation, local authorities likened the waste storage compartment to a mass grave. Why is he reading Anne Frank? That wasn't Anne Frank! What do you mean? This is the 80s!
Did somebody see the core stream? I think someone saw the core stream.
Oh yeah, hold on. I gotta ask you about that, Beckett. So you read some Goku Hitler fan fiction?
I did. Hitler became a Super Saiyan.
Yeah. What if I told you that Hitler was actually in Dragon Ball?
I know. I'm aware.
As the dictator. Yeah. Chat didn't know that, and then I had to pull up the clip for them.
Oh fuck! I love that episode. It's great episode.
And Shadow was very, very disappointed. If you have a family member who is last seen at Ellis Island between the years of 1945 and 1954, you may be entitled to compensation. The Liberty Lurker. So, you saw what happened with the Statue of Liberty. It moved over slightly and something was like poking its hand out, right?
Yeah.
So, they're feeding it something. Or something lives in the pedestal and it's eating people.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
All right.
it's what happens in America.
Yep.
It's the American way.
Why do you think we leave the immigration part
Oh,
so
my
wide
fuck.
open?
I knew that's what. Shut the fuck up and press play on the video. Jesus fucking.
Perpetrators of the Rushmore Revenge incident remain at large. So this is the Rushmore Revenge incident. Perfume is for drinking? Nah. The National Park Service has found the Mount Rushmore National Memorial vandalized. Government can fund mass murder if it's labeled a national monument. Okay, so it's just the souls of Lincoln will be freed.
Based.
I'm trying to fucking read what it says, but it's like so fucking blurry. Oh. That would have been nice to have happen a little earlier. Every day, executions occur in 2,600 American landmarks. The blood of liberty will be avenged. And I read that one pretty easily. More messages are found on Mount Rushmore. I will introduce infection next week, Monday through Sunday, 10:12 to 10:13. Watch the symptoms.
What kind soul made me read that? I can't imagine, Mon.
What?
What kind soul made me read Hitler versus Goku fan fiction about Anne Frank? Can't imagine.
Wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you.
It wasn't Shadow.
Nope. It's fucking Mon.
It was Mon. Oh, okay. I was trying to think of people who'd be insane. I was like, maybe trans femcel. Due to security concerns, the National Park Services assigns patrols for the next 7 nights. The patrols were told to videotape all anomalies from 10:12 to 10:13 p.m. Monday. Tuesday. There's like little lights. Wednesday. Jack, I don't know if you know this, but this is an analog horror. This is not a conspiracy video. This is meant to not make sense. It's meant to be creepy and cryptic. It's not meant to be like conspiracy brained. All right, it's a story being told. You gotta kind of put the puzzle pieces together. Thursday. So wait, someone made this as a script? Okay, they need lithium. Look, this is one of the higher rated ones, so like, give it a second, guys. I got tired of reading out the days. Someone forgot to remove the lens cap. Let me, oh, okay.
It's a nice hairstyle. It's good on them. It's nice. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how any of these things are connected. I don't know how this is connected to the corner beings. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm very confused. I'm not scared so much as just fucking confused.
They said it's good. So like, or this is what people have said. So, okay, so it appears the face has disappeared, and there's like these weird things growing out of their head.
Yeah, I have days like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Route Mushmore smells just like baby powder nowadays. I think it comes from the stuff that the workers put on the heads. Yeah, I see them do it all the time. They go from Washington to Lincoln every night, powdering it like a baby. Because they said something about an infection, so it's like they're probably using something that smells like it to stop an infection. Hannah McElrer, local photographer. Or Elroy. Alcatraz attack. Archivist note, the 2003 Alcatraz attack continues to baffle the scientific community. Alcatraz Island, 2 days before therapy. What does that mean? Map of the Pacific Branch, United Military Prison, Alcatraz Island, California. Fortifications. Tunnel. Reservoirs, water tower, the morgue, stockade/yard, detector shed. They're not including horror, just motion sickness with their antiquated blurring transitions. Guys, you guys are being cruel. Jesus, like, fuck. I didn't, like, we got people only complaining about the audio with the fucking Linkara one. It's like, this guy is like...
bad. It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, it was
really
bad.
Fucking bad.
And it's like, this one's actually, from what people said, is really fucking good. And everyone's just like, it sucks, the sex. And it's like, god damn.
It's not the worst I've ever seen. It is probably like I'm just trying to work out what the fucking connection of any of this is.
Well, I mean, the pedestal has corners. pedestal on top of the monument.
That's a stretch, and
There's-
you know
there's-
it's a stretch.
There's corners on the Rushmore because it's made of stone. Stone has a lot of corners because you can't like smooth it out. There's a lot of corners on these blueprints to Alcatraz. Ruins. Tennis courts. One day before therapy. Oh god, I fucked up my mic. Hold on. There we go. Ah, god, it's still too loud. Alcatrazosis. Radiation therapy, session 1. Now we have a virus going through mitosis. All right, well, thank you, Jack. That actually helps. So that actually explains
Thanks for
what
that
was
actual
going on.
contribution.
So they're bombing it with radiation. Projected movement. Multiplying. As of 2020, the Alcatraz zone extends to West Texas. That's bad.
I mean, is it? I mean, that's a lot of land.
No, but it's eating the. Didn't you watch the video where it's like it's eating everything from under it?
Yeah, but
Like
I don't
the
see why
entire
that's the problem.
cities? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
California's
reasonable.
gone, but now it's at West Texas.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, sure, California's gone, but like, at what cost? We lost all the oil. Exactly. Dean Democracy. Archivist note: excerpt from 2002 documentary Dean Democracy, a look back at America's 37th president. So, if you guys don't know who America's 37th president was,
I don't.
Nixon.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
God. Are you actually going to Google it?
I'm pretty sure it was Nixon. Yeah, Richard M. Nixon. 1969 to 1974. And he ran against Jimmy Dean, if I remember correctly.
Well, it's nice to get some history lesson. Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you switch this to dark mode so I don't have to die?
God. I don't know how.
Go to hold on. Where the fuck is dark mode? I swear dark. Oh, okay. Appearance. Go to appearance. Click on dark theme. Thank you. Right. Jesus fucking Christ.
During a program of ABC Evening News, anchor Peter Jennings told viewers to look forward to next week for a special broadcast of national significance. Jennings would continue to remind viewers of the special broadcast over the next 7 nights, even referring to it at one point as the most unprecedented announcement in recent history. A week after its first mention, Jennings reminded viewers of the special broadcast one last time, asking them to pay attention later that night for an exclusive look at the greatest gift to the American people. Due to the anticipation built over the week, over 60 million Americans tuned into ABC, waiting for the evening news to end and for the special broadcast to begin. There were countless theories as to what would occur, from the announcement of alien life to the declaration of an all-out nuclear war. Speculation was brewing intensely. Once the evening news program ended, a black screen with a 10-second countdown commenced with the title Dean Democracy. Some viewers, so terrified of the threat of nuclear war, reportedly experienced nervous breakdowns and ran down the street, declaring that Dean Democracy was the code name for an all-out nuclear holocaust. Yet once the countdown ended, all fears were soon replaced with tears of joy and an excitement not seen since the end of World War II.
What are we waiting for? Let's bring them back home.
In the seconds following James Dean's presidential announcement, hundreds of thousands of neighborhoods erupted into celebration. Although other candidates had promised to end the Vietnam War, none had so accurately expressed the same anger that they had felt, which Dean had perfectly conveyed in a 15-second broadcast. Due to popular demand, the ABC Evening News was canceled the next night, replaced by a 30-minute loop of James Dean's presidential announcement. The broadcast was watched again by over 38 million Americans, and the parties continued for the rest of the week. Due to repeated assassination attempts on Robert Kennedy, the Democratic Party presidential debates were canceled for the 1968 election season. However, this proved to be no issue for Dean, as polls indicated that he was in the lead for the entirety of 1967 and 1968, despite having had fewer public appearances and rallies than any other candidate. The strength of his campaign relied on the powerful advertisements he directed that would air every Friday evening on ABC. The series of programs would be considered by many as another weekly TV series and went on to become the highest-rated TV show on television after the conclusion of Star Trek in 1967. Although a presidential debate was eventually scheduled 2 weeks before the election, James Dean instead invited opponent Richard Nixon to a track to race cars on the same night. Although reluctant at first, Nixon eventually agreed and went to spend the entire day with Dean, reportedly even telling the actor, "To hell with it, I'm voting for you. You're already a better president than I'll ever be." This statement, although only a rumor, would spread like wildfire in tabloids and
Beckett ran
permanently
off
curbed
cam?
Nixon's chance for victory.
Yeah, it's like you've got like a timer on it.
On the morning
like
of
a timer
November
on it.
1st,
I'm grabbing something.
1968,
I'm grabbing
4
something.
days
Oh.
before Election Day,
I'll come
anti-Dean
back.
groups hijacked radio
Well,
stations
these-
and told
people are
civilians
gonna
they
start
were fed
demanding
up with James
refunds.
Dean and that television was ruining American youth. After the broadcast, the groups went on to cut hundreds of power lines in the southeast, effectively preventing any of Dean's presidential ads from reaching any household below Tennessee. Dean quickly heard of the incident and, despite the risk of an assassination, flew down to the south and quickly went to work with local electricians to repair the broken power lines. James Dean would be met with a supportive crowd, primarily younger voters who were eager to see a younger face back in the White House. Elderly white conservatives, often the parents of the younger supporters, remained in their houses and occasionally peered through their window blinds to catch a glimpse of the handsome candidate. Although it wasn't known to Dean at the time, hate groups in the South had perpetuated the idea that he was Satan in disguise and cited his good looks and his love for jazz as being clear signs of the devil.
James Dean's America, 1969.
James Dean.
I returned to camera, but stream did not take camera back. I mean, I'm not on camera on stream, but I am camera on camera. Fuck, my brain's broken. Evan, my brain has broken.
Yeah.
I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm
Okay, there you
dying.
go.
Death
It's
takes
back.
me. There we go. It's fine.
So we're being told Dean is like, according to the conservatives, Dean is a devil in disguise.
Yep. That makes sense. Does make sense. Total sense.
So
Elderly white conservatives in the Southeast would be the only demographic unfazed by his campaign. Yet Dean continued to travel from state to state, repairing power lines for 4 days straight until the very morning of the election. On November 5th, 1968, James Dean received 75% of the popular vote with 395 electoral votes. Nixon congratulated Dean in a phone call the following morning, but Dean refused to acknowledge the win and instead asked to race cars again at the track.
I don't want to race cars again.
On January 20th, 1969, James Dean held his inaugural address at the official Capitol Raceway. Although presidents in the past had speeches that were typically around 20 minutes, Dean spoke for less than a minute.
I have a speech, and it has the flotsam that you people expect to hear. But that's not fair. No, that's not fair at all. I'm here for all of you. It's only fair that you speak for yourselves. My words shouldn't be louder than yours. So I brought many other guests to speak. They're just people like you and I. In the same time that many other presidents have spoken by themselves, America will speak. Thank you.
Dean proceeded to introduce many groups to the microphone, including civil rights activists and Native American families. Martin Luther King Jr. would also come forward to speak in his first appearance since an attempt on his life 9 months prior. President Dean would conclude the inauguration with a brief bongo performance and went on to race Richard Nixon at the track. In subsequent presidential inaugurations, those who disagreed with the elected president would instead celebrate Dean Democracy Day and protested by watching Dean's unique take on the address in place of the actual one. In a televised address, President Dean planned to inform Americans of his first 90 days in office. However, 6 seconds into the broadcast, the audio cut out and remained absent for the remainder of the speech. Although anti-Dean groups claimed responsibility and took pride in the sabotage, many civilians claimed that it benefited the president. The silent broadcast highlighted President Dean's sincere facial expressions and lively disposition, as opposed to the stern and stiff personalities of prior administrations. Viewers were proud to see a man in his prime at the most important position in the country. Ironically, President Dean's popularity grew after the technical difficulty, and film director Stanley Kubrick went on to call the broadcast the greatest silent film ever made.
So, Dean's president, Martin Luther King's not dead. What else? Vietnam War ends early.
Yep.
All right, Air Force One Angel. It remains a mystery on how the Angel bypassed the anti-burglar doors of Air Force One. The door's jagged sides and sophisticated lock mechanisms were designed to ensure that no Slim Jim would be effective. Peculiar distortions into plastic doorways of the main entrance were attributed to the Angel. Nearly all existing photographs of videos of Angel were taken at stops Air Force One made during its flight. Air Force One was successfully shot down as it re-entered the restricted airspace of Washington, D.C. So we got creepy shit going on with our monuments of America.
Yep.
Dean is kind of like,
President.
yeah, he's president, but like
A cult like figure.
yeah, like people are worshiping him, watching him, and like praising him. And like the conservatives, rightly so, are like confused and calling it out as like some kind of weird shit. And now we have the Air Force One fucking apparently. On August 17, 2003, Air Force One made an unannounced trip across the continental United States. Many civilians claim to have seen the aircraft drop packages on various national monuments. All right, well, that's a little bit peculiar. That's a bit suspicious.
Yeah, just a touch. Just a touch.
a little.
Just a bit stuff.
Mount Rushmore. Golden Gate. I just noticed. Do you see like how the lines are kind of enveloping the lines of the borders?
Yeah.
And then Statue of Liberty. It's also back on the corner people. This is, remember when they were talking about this earlier? Where like the babies would hide inside like the corner things or whatever the fuck?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm still trying to connect it to the corner people because I still don't know where the fuck they.
Yeah, I don't know where that fits in. If you just started this and the first episode wasn't the fucking corner people, I'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm just confused now. It was the corner people. White House officials later disclosed that the unusual flights of Air Force One was unauthorized and unmanned. The lone figure seen inside the plane, dubbed the Air Force One Angel, has yet to be identified by federal authorities. Corner people. It was the corner people. Having screaming corner people. The Lincoln Looker. Okay. Archivalist note, Matt. Okay, it's just there are none. Cool. No reading.
I was a Lincoln Looker for 2 weeks. It was terrifying. One moment you're at home answering the door, and the next you're stuck in some kind of suit. The smell was awful in there, and the metal seat was so cold. The only thing you can do is look through 2 little holes. It was some kind of mask, and whenever the sun shined near, I could see the inside of it. It was a familiar face. Every few nights, straws would be put through the holes, and someone would feed me some weird soup. After 2 weeks, they found out that they had misidentified me, and I wasn't the correct Lincoln Looker. Reagan apologized to me personally, and I was released with some monetary compensation. They don't care if I talk about it or not. No one would take me seriously. Lincoln looking is just too absurd.
always that someone that we dislike more than everyone else. Not usually famous or important, but you've done something that's affected us personally. Often you're the only person who remembers this act. And I've been that bad, but memory hurts. Everyone experiences this, and the president is no exception. Except he can do something about it. Every president can choose one person to be a Lincoln looker. After the alibi is fabricated, the person is abducted from their home, and they stay a Lincoln looker for as long as the president sits in office. Nobody can question his decision, and it's no trial. You might be surprised, but it's nothing new. It's been a tradition. Lincoln lookers have been around for a very long time.
That's kind of fucked.
I mean, honestly, less disturbing than Guantanamo Bay.
Due to rumors of Lincoln lookers were imprisoned behind presidential portraits, White House officials publicly removed and reinstalled the portraits to demonstrate that there is no space existed to hold the Lincoln lookers. Portrait 1. Well, behind the portrait. Number 2.
Hello, we're not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Hey, Eunice. It's Howard. I don't know what I just saw. I was at the top of the steps, reading the inscriptions and talking to visitors, when I started to hear a faint scratching sound. I didn't think much of it at first, but when I got close to the chair, I realized that the scratching was coming from inside the marble. So I went to a guard and asked whether she could do anything about animals that could be trapped in there. She told me not to worry about it, and that they'd take care of it once there were fewer visitors. A few minutes passed, and the scratching became much louder. I went back to the guard and asked what kind of animals usually got stuck in there, and she said, wild animals. The sound started to make visitors anxious. I remember one boy pulling so hard at his mother's hand, begging to leave. A blind girl with one of those canes went up to the chair and pressed her head against it to listen. Then she started crying. Her parents tried to pull her away, but she just began to hit the chair with her cane. That's when the guards asked everyone to go back down the steps. I don't know why, and it's going to sound crazy, but I felt compelled to help. So I went to the blind girl and joined her in hitting the marble. The guards tried to pin us down, but the scratching became too loud for even them. It sounded like someone was shaving down a chalkboard. Eventually the marble began to crack, and a few more hits caused the crevice to expand all the way to the top of the chair. There was a sudden burst of air from the damage, and the head suddenly turned toward us. I was afraid it would fall, so I picked the girl up and went down a few steps. The head slowly rotated back into place, and when it started to be pushed upwards, I took out my camera. It was no wild animal.
Similar to the Statue of Liberty then, right?
Yep. So, and it seems like the guards know.
Well, yeah. I mean, they'd have to, right? Because otherwise, how could they,
Yeah, or else they would have looked.
how could they feed the soup? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all coming together, I think. I don't know.
Washington wormhole. Footage from 2003 event may trigger seizures in people with photosensitivity. Okay, so photosensitivity warning includes newly restored clip of Washington standard operations. Film damage no longer visible. The 20th Washington amputee has been identified. Sorry, the scratching was me. I was scuttering along the ceiling. What? Inside the Lincoln Memorial? The statue itself? The special tree.
The forest fell swiftly as the lumberjack swung, except for the special tree, which could not be stung. She missed her friends and the hymns they sung, so she started a tune that broke the man's lung.
Oh. Timeline of events. (1840). We got a big stick. Photograph of the special tree is taken. (1848). Construction begins. Okay, so the Washington Monument's obviously being built around this weird special tree.
Makes sense.
1861 to 1865. Construction halts due to the American Civil War. Prisoners of war are seen being led to the unfinished tower. (1888). Construction is completed. (1910). Washington Monument, and listen closely. Hear the music within its walls. 10 cents per head. What? Uh, 20 individuals disappear from the Washington Monument. The missing visitors were known as Washington's absentees. Clever writing. 1972, Washington Standard Operation. Classified film titled Washington Standard Operation is leaked by into some news agencies. Agencies. Because I can't fucking speak. Monument door entrance. The hoisting cable. The sound waves. Yes, of course. Oh. Huh? So they kill themselves, or they fall, or what? 2000. Oh, another graffiti. The infection is nigh, the music of Washington will end. (2003).
Ooh.
He went flaccid. All 19 Washington absentees are found unconscious at the base of the monument. So they said they found the 20th in the description. The Delaware Double.
An accidental discovery made by two fishermen has sent shockwaves across the nation. Around 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve, Ralph Grassman and Michael Tillin were reeling in the last batch of catfish when something on the ice caught their eye. He looked like a bicorn, one of those hats from way back when, said Grassman, the other of the two who had also organized the trip. Grassman walked down the ice to retrieve the hat. When he pulled back the hat from the ice, someone back in shock at the sight of a human scalp, partially exposed in the ice. Tillin walked over and after a brief discussion with Grassman, agreed to remove the rest of the body from the ice. The effort took several hours, but by 10 p.m. the fishermen were able to pull the entire body from the ice with no further damage. Although both men had presumed that the individual was already dead for some time, Tillin exclaimed in shock when he reportedly saw the individual's eyelid twitch. Grassman suggested to immediately take the body home and attempt to revive the frozen man. They proceeded to carry it back to Grassman's apartment. They laid the body in a full bathtub, gradually raising the water's temperature throughout the night to prevent shock. Grassman claims to have learned this technique from a pulp magazine he had read as a child. At 2 a.m. the following morning, Tillin claimed that an individual briefly regained consciousness and shouted, "Victory or death," while Grassman rested in the living room. By 7 a.m. the frozen individual appeared to have relapsed into a deep coma, which prompted Grassman to phone the local authorities. And that's why he hadn't called medical personnel earlier. Grassman told reporters that he didn't want to risk the lives of the first responders, who had been driving on slippery roads in the dark. Shortly after being phoned, paramedics arrived and rushed the frozen man to the Delaware State Hospital. Throughout the experience, both fishermen thought the individual's face seemed vaguely familiar. It was only when Tillin pulled out a dollar bill that the connection was fully made. When we first dug him out, we moved his clothes so that we could carry him more easily. The clothes weighed a ton because they were completely frozen over. By day, if we saw the clothes without ice, then we could have no doubt that we dug out George Washington. Although Delaware State Hospital has declined to comment on the identity and the condition of the man, Grassman brought the bicorn hat from the previous day to the Delaware History Museum, where historians confirm to be an authentic piece from the 18th century. The validation raised more questions than answers, as further research revealed that no Washington reenactors or artifacts have been reported missing. Grassman believes that the man he dug out from the ice is the true George Washington, and that the former president had become gravely ill while crossing the Delaware River. Grassman claims that the imminent death of Washington could have been devastating to the war effort, so his condition was likely kept secret by having a double acting as the president until 1797. And asked for an explanation to why the body had been found so far from the site of the battle, Grassman replied, "He either drifted away or his men purposely planted it far away so that no one could find it." During Saturday's morning press conference, President Dean shared his thoughts on the discovery in 2 words. "I'm surprised."
Oh my god. Alright, so we have George Washington, the real one, because they said the double was the one that was like sent into battle. So the real one fell in this lake and froze over and has been revived.
Yes.
Interesting. The Rockefeller tree tragedy. Everyone remembers Rockefeller. One of the most corrupt... well, I don't know about that anymore. We'll say one of the most visually corrupt politicians. We actually could see what he was doing. Although primarily written by Virginia herself, the final draft of Virginia in Wonderland does contain words and phrases provided her legal guardian for classification. Construction of the Rockefeller Center began in 1930, with pre-existing buildings in the area that were demolished to provide its space as the center. Original Christmas tree raised its own construction workers. It's first seen by J.D. Rockefeller towards the end of the period. Demolitions inspired by Rockefeller's handpicked 3 trees. The next 3 Christmases. Special tree would have made its first appearance at the center of the 4th year. Okay. So the special tree is that weird tree that they built the monument of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's been like 3 other ones, apparently, that they used for Christmas trees, according to the description.
During the first winter of the center's construction, the workers set up a Christmas tree just outside the entrance. It was an uncanny sight to see a green fir stand in the middle of what appeared to be a no-man's land. But this tree, humbly ordained with strings of cranberries, buttons, and tin cans, greatly affected me. It demonstrated that even in the darkest of times, the American people will light the beacons of hope. I thought it could be the start of a great and inspiring tradition, so I traveled north to Babylon in search of a Christmas tree for the following year.
For 12 days and 12 nights, Mr. Rockefeller looked for the best tree in the forest. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, it's...
Mumbles Raid, welcome, Mr. Mumbles. We're just learning about how there are these weird trees, and America's monuments are probably hosting some sort of being, and that corner people exist. Or the corner folk.
Yes.
We still haven't gotten an explanation about the corner folk.
I still have no idea what the fuck that has to do with any of this. I'm sort of I'm sort of with, like, there are trees, they're in monuments, they're doing things, they sprout from all the monuments, and they seem to kill people, but then not kill people and then teleport them potentially. I'm with you, okay? Like I understand that.
But it's the corner people.
I don't know what the fuck it is with the corner people, and I don't know why Alcatraz is eating things. I don't see what that has to do with fucking anything. This isn't very joined up.
Well, we know that the thing was a projection of when it will, and it showed that Alcatraz was multiplying.
Sure.
Like a virus.
Yes.
They keep talking about the infection will end.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that has something to do with each other? Then we have the weird President Dean winning instead of Nixon.
Yeah, which I approve of.
Everyone loves Dean, except for, like, the white Southerners, because they believe he is the devil. And there's like an anti-Dean group. And like, I don't know. It's very confusing. Like, it makes sense in some capacity because, like I said, this is alternate history. So Martin Luther King wasn't killed as well, and they just found George Washington, who was frozen, and they thawed him out. And apparently, this is the real George Washington, because apparently this was during the crossing of the Mississippi, right? I'm pretty sure that's the painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had to make a double, or else the war effort would have fell because Washington was like their leader or whatever, and they could confirm that it was the real Washington.
much too short. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, it's much too tall. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, it's much too average. Mr. Rockefeller soon feared that he would leave empty-handed. Then, on the 12th night, just as he was packing up his stuff, Mr. Rockefeller heard the sweetest tune in the air. It sounded as though the very wind itself had fallen in love.
Remember the monument? The Washington Monument also made music.
Yeah, they all seem to make sounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He and his men
So it's the
followed
trees that are
song
making the sounds,
and
not the
found
monument
themselves
itself.
at the base of a very, very special tree. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? It's perfect. For the rest of the night, the men swung their axes at the special tree. Chop, chop, chop. However, when the sun rose, the tree was still standing. Their axes had left no marks at all.
Ecclesiastical, it's The Happening, but with statues. What? No.
What? No.
Mr. Rockefeller was surprised. The next day, Mr. Rockefeller and his men laid 100 sticks of dynamite around the tree.
Bit overkill.
3, 2, 1, boom! Yet, the special tree continued to stand. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised. So Mr. Rockefeller decided to hire the best team of grave diggers to take the tree out of the ground. After a week of digging, they told Mr. Rockefeller the tree will be out in 3 years at this rate. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised, but he decided to let the grave diggers work. He would pick the next 3 best trees for the next 3 Christmases. But by the 4th year, the special tree was ready to display.
For the last 2 years, I have seldom mentioned the tragedy that occurred at the center. Many have taken offense at my silence, claiming it to be the result of a desensitization to workplace accidents. Indeed, I have seen enough accidents for 3 lifetimes, but nothing could have prepared me for what happened at the center. For some time now, my friends have blamed the center's original construction workers for the tragedy, since it was their very own Christmas tree that had started the whole tradition. But the truth is that their tree brought joy and wonder to the public. It was my tree, and my tree alone, that brought about the unprecedented loss.
Alright, so the tree stuff has happened before. According to the Rockefellers.
Well, it's like it's a different kind of tree, right? Like they had a normal tree, and then Rockefeller bought this fucking monster tree.
Rockefeller's men slowly raised the special tree. Heave ho! Heave ho! Heave ho! By the afternoon, the special tree stood tall and still. It was unlike any other tree, having no color, branches, or leaves. The mayor of New York, Mr. Guardia, thought that the tree was too bare and asked for branches to be added so that ornaments could be hung. Mr. Rockefeller didn't agree. He thought the tree was perfect, just the way it was. But since Mayor Guardia had been one of his best friends, Mr. Rockefeller told his men to glue some branches on. I, Virginia, watched as the men placed branches on the special tree. I had saved my money for over 9 months to purchase a little star ornament because I wanted to be the very first person to decorate the Rockefeller Christmas tree. It laid in my pocket while I watched because I planned to hang my ornament as soon as the tree was standing. After the final branch had been added and all the men left, I quickly ran up to the tree. But to my astonishment, the lowest branch of the tree was over twice my height. I jumped as high as I could, but still, the lowest branch was out of my reach. I was very disappointed. I wanted to be the very first person to decorate the tree, but now I had no chance. Unless I called my friends. At once, I began counting my friends on my fingers. There was Helen, Charles, Elizabeth, Alice, Joseph, Elsie, Orville, Edith, Olive, and Philip. 10.
I don't know what it is about
friends
Orville, but I hope he
asked for
dies.
help. Then I realized that 10 friends standing on each other's shoulders could put me at the very top of the Christmas tree. My star could be the first and the tallest. Without a second to spare, I ran from door to door, asking for help. Knock, knock, knock. Helen, are you there? Knock, knock, knock. Charles, are you there? Knock, knock, knock. Elizabeth, are you there? Eventually, I gathered all 10 of my friends at the bottom of the Rockefeller Christmas tree. I told them my plan, to have them all stand on each other and form a ladder for me to climb to the top. My friends understood my excitement, and they quickly started to climb onto each other's shoulders. Ow! Helen had stepped on Charles' fingers. Ow! Charles had stepped on Elizabeth's fingers. Ow! Elizabeth had stepped on Alice's fingers. After many groans and tumbles, my friends formed a sturdy ladder, and I began to climb. My joy grew with every passing face, and before I knew it, I was at the very top, looking down at the tree. My ladder of friends swayed back and forth, and occasionally felt like it was about to collapse. But I tuned out the movement and focused on the tree. Closer, friends, closer. Then I secured the metal star at the top of the tree. It was perfect. Hooray! Victory! I'm the first! Just then, there was a strange sound. The tree began to shake. Its glued branches fell off all at once, and the entire tree slowly bent backwards. Soon, the very top of it touched the ground, forming a perfect arc. It was like a very strange rainbow. My heart sank as I saw my star gently slide to the ground from the tree's top. Bolts of lightning then shot out from inside the arc of the tree, producing thunderous booms. The lightning scared my friends and me. We all tumbled to the ground and ran in all directions, but the lightning caught up to us. I was blinded by a great white light. I remember when my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of special trees, and I saw...
Hold on. She did say something. What did she say?
She was in a field of special trees and she saw.
Yeah. And then it, like, cut out.
And
I saw many people. One man ran up to me and whispered, "The trees are not trees." Well, no shit. I think we figured that part out.
In a flash, I returned to the street where my friends and I had been struck by the lightning. We were all on the ground, being attended to by other people. I had scratched my legs badly, and I could see that my friends were also hurt. I looked up at the Rockefeller buildings, and I thought that they looked a little different. The whole street looked a little different, and the special tree was nowhere in sight.
It is only natural for the reader at this point to wonder why the incident has been referred to as a tragedy. There had been no loss of life, and, aside from a few temporary scorch marks on the center, no damage to the surrounding property. I, too, assumed it was a mostly inconsequential event, likely an electrical accident whose effects were exaggerated by the children at the scene. I was grateful that every life involved had been spared. A death at the center would have weighed heavily on my mind for some time. But when I encountered the results of the children's medical examinations, I wished that a death had occurred in place of the unfathomable.
What? What, Mr. Rockefeller?
My mom and pa visited me at the hospital, but they looked completely different. Ma looked worried. After she wiped her tears, she asked, "Did you hang your bear at the Rockefeller tree?" I answered, It wasn't a bear. I was going to hang a star. To which they asked, what do you mean? Pa asked, where did you get these clothes? I answered, these are my clothes, the ones you helped me put on this morning. To which they asked, what do you mean? My ma then asked, why are there dots all over your face?
Oh.
I answered, those are my freckles. I've had them since I was little. To which they asked, what do you mean? My parents quietly left my bed and talked to my friends' parents. Then they all started to cry and yell. The nurses made them leave, which made me feel better. None of us thought that our real parents had visited, but they all did feel familiar. Orville and Philip were especially shaken. They didn't even share the same last name with their parents. The nurses tried to...
Are you
convince
happy
us
now,
that
Beckett?
those-
Orville doesn't share his last name with his parents. You got your wish.
Yes, I am happy. That makes. I hope that little shit suffers. I'm glad this fucking happened to him. Okay, that's how I feel. Okay. So I think it's okay. I think I understand the corner thing now. The trees form portals. They take people places and deposit them other places, which is like between the different fucking realms and dimensions.
But it
and then
seems
these are
like
all built into the monuments. Interesting.
they are also like the same last names and everything, or like the same people too. So that means someone else on the other side had to do the same thing because she said, "Well, didn't you hang your bear?"
Yeah.
So that means on the other side of the world, or on the other side of the plane, is the other kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Us were our parents, and that we would come around to properly greet them after we healed. But it was hard to believe. Whenever I looked out the window, I saw that Manhattan looked different from memory. Mr. Rockefeller himself was kind enough to visit us in the hospital. He asked us...
Hold on, so that's not something Mr. Rockefeller would do. This one
No,
has a good Rockefeller.
Yeah, this one has a nice Rockefeller in it.
Whether we were okay. And then after some time, he and the nurses began to ask us some very easy questions about American history. With every reply, they would chuckle and shake their heads, until I told Mr. Rockefeller who I thought he was. He chuckled at first, and then became silent, as if the simple fact had deeply affected him. He had asked all my friends a few more questions about himself, and with each answer, he seemed a little more scared. Mr. Rockefeller quietly stood with the nurses for a while before he wished us a Merry Christmas and left.
Or maybe
That
he's not
evening,
president.
The nurses took x-rays of us to make sure we...
Because there was his friend who was the mayor, the one that wanted him to glue the branches to the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's the mayor that is the current president, and and then Rockefeller is just the mayor.
We hadn't broken our ribs. Usually, those taking the x-rays are more than happy to show their patients what the pictures looked like. But when I asked to see them, the nurses ignored me.
Uh-oh.
I didn't fall asleep that night. I kept my ear close to the wall to hear what the nurses were saying next door. I heard one sentence over and over. Everything's backwards. I wondered what they meant by that. I never told my friends, because I didn't want to scare them. But I spent the rest of the night with my hand to my chest, wondering if my heart was ever on the right side.
So even the biology is different.
For several weeks, the children were kept under observation at the Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. I visited them as soon as I had the chance to. All the families of these children were deeply unsettled, but they had all independently come to the conclusion their child had been replaced by a doppelganger. They claimed that these new sons and daughters possessed substantial differences from their real children. The majority of differences involved altered physical attributes and the inability to recognize familiar locations and characters, such as their parents and their homes. 2 boys even claimed to have names different to those that their mothers had given them at birth. But of all the discrepancies, the most bizarre was their faulty recollections of notable persons and events. For instance, each of the affected children claimed that I had become the wealthiest man in America through an oil monopoly. It is common knowledge that I did indeed work at an oil refinery in my youth, but to entirely deny my 2 terms as president and insist instead that I had always been a mere philanthropist struck me as being particularly odd. The families were agonized by the children's behavior. Some continued to search for their real children. I support their endeavors, for I do not believe that the children's afflictions were the result of hysteria. Every day, I find myself recollecting the day that I had selected the tree. I have since realized the difficulties involved in the removal of it should have repeatedly discouraged me. And had I been discouraged, the families of those children would not be experiencing the anguish that they currently have. Perhaps I never had the opportunity to select another tree. Perhaps I was meant to select that tree regardless of my persistent character. Perhaps we are all trolleys, forced to follow the path of the track to each of our destinations. I take solace in that thought. Or perhaps the tree chose me.
Many, including my father, believe that the 1934 Christmas tree vanished. This was untrue. I have seen it wandering the plaza on many occasions, and it resembles a man far more than any tree.
Interesting.
That's from John D. Rockefeller Jr. All right, next.
How many more do we have? Just well, I look at the time. How long is this?
Let's see here. So we're on.
Are we about halfway through?
Almost halfway through. Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more,
Well,
and
there
then
there
let's
is a
do
season 2.
Okay, let's get to the end of season 1. Okay, and then we'll do another one on season 2. Do you know what? I've gone from not really caring to kind of invested.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah. I'm a little good. We'll do another one. We'll do the second half and another stream. Oh fuck me. Okay.
Crazy Grand Canyon Adventure.
Fuck my life.
Wait, it says this one, and then there's the Freedom Faller, and then that's the end of season 1. Me and my brother deep in thought. He's gonna fly. Then I saw something really weird. Made the whole place smell like vinegar. Rock on. Then I saw it again. Is that the thing peeking behind the rock? Yeah, it is. I just gotta fucking chill. That does not happen often. Let's go back. Let's do a few.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's got a hole in it. I'll just.
Are we going from trees to rocks?
I don't know. Oh no, we're gonna die! Mr. Squirrel. We did a little research and found out what we saw. It's called a canyon gallon or canyon crown. It uses vinegar to shrink its huge head back into its body. My dad said the reason we went on this trip is so we could find his sister Maya.
Interesting.
I think that was Maya. I didn't read the description. 2 cameras were used during the Arnoldson's trip: a professional photography camera, a one-time use video camcorder, An inexpensive camcorder produced at roll quality clips, which further degrade and by the stabilization effects in the Maze Movie Maker. And the song is from the audio library, known as Festival. Thank God I won't get copyright claimed for it. All right, last one for the first season. This one is called The Freedom Faller. Let's read the description. To minimize geographical distortions, the Monica's route was simulated with the contemporary map from our timeline. The modern-day borders of European countries are widely known. In regards to Freedom's metal eyelids, as mentioned in Nia Crawford's journal, it is believed that the child was unfamiliar with the term plaster and instead named it the most durable metal she knew of metal. Okay. Good to know. So these are sculptors and engineers. Liberty must stand on the Capitol Dome. Yes, and I will find the artists to bring the statue to life. Would you provide a design for the statue? Most certainly. All right, so those are the different freedom ideas. Freedom 3 will do, but change her cap. Now remove the cap and begin to cast. 6 weeks later. Freedom is difficult to cast. Apology for delays. Is Freedom on her way? Inspector Zafano, speaking to Mr. Crawford, passed away. Monica will receive Freedom, expected arrival in a month. So Crawford died.
Yeah.
And the thing is coming. Freedom is coming.
Yeah. Freedom is coming. True.
Part 2, the daughter. Papa's sketches for Freedom are beautiful. She looks like Mama if she was a queen. I asked Papa if he could make a statue that looks like me. He said yes.
Lei assomiglia alla mamma se fosse una regina. Ho chiesto a Papino se potesse fare una statua che mi somigliasse. Ha detto sì. Dice Breve.
Papa went in the studio today. I asked him whether he started working on my statue yet, and he just kept smiling. I think he is. Papa is very kind.
Oggi Papino è andato al suo studio. E ho chiesto se avesse già iniziato a
Papa went into his studio today. I asked whether he started working on the statue yet. He just kept smiling. I think he is Papa, or I think he is. Papa is very
lavorare alla mia statua ed ha continuato a sorridermi. Io credo di sì.
Papa went to his studio today. I asked whether he started working on my statue yet, and he just kept smiling. I think he is. Papa is very kind.
Papino è molto gentile. 13 aprile.
We have not heard from Papa. Okay, so this happened like 3 days later. We have not heard from Papa for a few days. This has happened before, since he likes to work at his studio for a long time. But Mama was very worried today.
Non abbiamo avuto notizie di papà per un po' di giorni. È già successo
We have not heard from Papa. Oh,
in passato, dato che è solito lavorare al suo studio per tanto tempo. Ma la mamma oggi era molto preoccupata. È andata
She left for her studio after she tucked me to
al
bed.
suo studio dopo avermi messo a letto. 15 aprile.
Mom returned home tonight. She went straight to her
È
room.
andata dritta verso la sua stanza. 16 aprile.
Inspector Zafano came by today. Okay, so this is after the body was found then. He asked us about Papa and then went to Mama's room. A few months later, more men showed up. Mama was crying. She kept yelling.
Oggi è venuto l'ispettore. Ci ha chiesto di Papino e poi è andato nella stanza della mamma. Un paio di minuti dopo sono arrivati più uomini. Mamma stava piangendo. Continuano a gridare, lei ha I suoi occhi.
She has his eyes. She has his eyes. I was scared and I ran out the house.
Lei ha I suoi occhi. Ero spaventata. Sono scappata via dalla casa. 18 aprile.
I remember Papa telling Mama about how the statue would be put on a ship named Monacra. Fuck, I can't read. I went to the docks and found her anchored nearby. Next to the ship were some boxes.
Ricordo Papino dire alla mamma come la statua sarebbe stata messa in una nave chiamata Monarca. Sono andata al porto e l'ho trovata ancorata là vicino. Accanto alla nave c'erano alcune scatole. Parti della libertà.
Parts of freedom were in each of the boxes. I crawled into the box that was empty. I hope to be sent to where Papa is. I feel his spirit around freedom.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Mi sono intrufolata in una scatola che era vuota. Spero che venga mandato dove sta Papino. Sento il suo spirito vicino alla libertà. 21 aprile.
April 21st. I am very hungry. The boxes are tied with rope, so I cannot get out by myself. There is loud noises in the room, like clay being dragged across the floor.
Sono molto affamata. Le scatole sono legate con una corda, quindi non posso uscire da sola. C'è un forte rullare nella stanza, come dell'argilla trascinata per il pavimento. Posso sentire le corde.
I can hear ropes being cut, something big coming out of the box. Is it Papa? There are more sounds, like wood being broken.
Che vengono tagliate e qualcosa di grosso uscire da una scatola. È Papino? Ci sono molti altri suoni, come legno che si rompe. Dato che le corde sono rotte,
Since the ropes broke, I quickly got out of the box and found some bread and fruit in the room next door.
sono uscita in fretta dalla scatola ed ho trovato del pane e della frutta nella stanza accanto. Mi sono sbagliata.
And I am
Non è
wrong.
Papino.
It isn't Papa, but it has his eyes.
Ma I suoi occhi.
Okay.
24 aprile.
April 24th. I am scared of going into the box again. It made louder sounds yesterday while I gathered food from, I think, men saw me. The box is the only place to hide.
Ho paura di entrare di nuovo nella scatola. Ieri ha fatto suoni più rumorosi. Mentre cercavo per del cibo, credo che mamma mi abbia vista. La scatola è l'unico posto per nascondersi. Le corde continuano ad
The ropes keep being broken by the thing with Papa's eyes. I'm scared that either it or the men will open my box.
essere rotte da quella cosa con gli occhi di Papino. Ho paura che quella cosa.
I am scared that either... Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Scared that either men will open my box. I will not write as much because I am afraid of making noise. I will write again when I am on land.
Un uomo possono aprire la mia scatola. Non scriverò più molto perché ho paura di fare rumore. Scriverò nuovamente quando arriverò sulla terraferma. 29 aprile.
April 29th. The thing with Papa's eyes took me today. It held me as it ran through the jungle. Its sword cut hundreds of trees.
La cosa con gli occhi di papà oggi mi ha presa. Mi ha tenuta mentre correva attraverso la giungla. La sua spada ha tagliato centinaia di alberi. Non ho potuto vedere molto.
I could not see much in the dark, but I could see Papa's eyes staring down at me from those metal eyelids, which the description says it was plaster, because it's the, child doesn't know.
Nel buio, ma ho potuto vedere gli occhi di papà fissarmi da quelle palpebre metalliche. Siamo scesi giù per un
We
buco.
went down a hole and into a deep cave. After it let me down on the ground, it started to fire by hitting its arms against rocks.
È in una grotta profonda. Dopo avermi messo a terra, ha acceso un fuoco colpendo le sue braccia contro delle pietre. Ormai è da
It had been
ore che
sharpening its sword on the rocks for hours now, but it has not ever looked down at its blade.
la spada con le rocce, ma non ho mai guardato la lama. Oggi, sin da quando ho
Since I have started writing today, the thing with Papa's eyes has been looking at me.
iniziato a scrivere, la cosa con gli occhi di Papino ha fissato me.
aprile. 6 casse sono state caricate all'alba. Sono pesanti.
All right, 6 crates were loaded at the dawn. They are heavy each containing a part of the large sculpture. Inspector Zafano told me that it is the goddess of freedom. Each crate was fastened with ropes in the storage room. No sliding is possible. Oh, wait. There was a little thing they mentioned right before it. Hold on. We left Lavaro at noon.
29 aprile. Siamo atterrati a Gibraltar all'alba.
We landed in Gibraltar at dawn. The ship took hours to steer into port. There were many, many, many holes in the storage room. Each one allowed enormous amounts of water to enter. Without the tar, we would have sunk. So they must be in Africa. Or maybe somewhere in Africa.
La nave ci ha messo ore per approdare nel porto.
Because they stopped at Gibraltar, and the little girl said that it was cutting through like tons of trees.
Yeah.
Erano molti bovini di postigno. Ciascuno di essi ha permesso l'enorme quantità d'acqua di
it said it was in a jungle.
Senza il catrame saremmo affondati in 3 giorni. Abbiamo aperto le casse per gli
We
ufficiali
opened the crate
dell'epoca.
for customs officers. The crates were empty.
Le casse erano vuote.
Interesting.
On the morning of April 29th, we received numerous reports regarding a tremendous force that rushed up the rock, which tore down hundreds of trees and created several landslides throughout the previous night. One civilian likened the phenomena to the work of a gigantic crazed fella. Due to the sheer number of reports and the high level of concern in the surrounding community, I deployed myself along with 13 officers to the rock in search of an explanation. We discovered that there was indeed a newly forged trail through the dense foliage stretching almost the entire height of the rock. The trail was astonishingly linear, with no bends in the path. The cuts to the trees themselves were precise. The downed trees continued to be warm to the touch, presumably due to the extreme speed of this force. A few fires present along the trail were extinguished by fellow officers as we traversed the rock. The path ended at a large crevice in the ground, which looked to be an entrance to a large underground cavern. After requesting additional men and equipment, Officer Hadley descended into the crevice. It was not long until Hadley exclaimed in fright and urged us all to enter. Within the following hour, the majority of us were in the cavern, which appeared to be an undiscovered offshoot of St. Michael's Cave. In the middle of the location stood a plaster model of a tall Greco-Roman statue of a woman. Surrounding this sculpture were the splayed remains of an individual, flattened like a set of clothes.
Oh, no.
A hollowed-out torso was stretched a quarter of the way up the statue, the sight of which compelled a few of the officers to exit the cavern. The human remains were collected and sent to the morgue, while the
Put on her
sculpture was
skin.
cleaned and lifted out. The statue's blade, held in its right hand, matched the cuts present on the downed trees. Despite the fantastical implications of this detail, the Gibraltar police force officially concludes that the work of the crazed fella was nothing more than the result of heavy winds. During a secondary investigation, a journal was discovered in the cavern. A translation of its Italian text is in progress.
Arrives the tight-knit wooden ship. The plaster body is absent. Instead, a tall, wounded woman sleeping in its vessel, donning a helmet wrapped in a robe, clutching a sword and a damaged shield. Overheard a conversation with the captain, a violent conflict with freedom at the port in Gibraltar. They tell me inside her is the plaster, and I walk away, silently believing freedom craved liberation so terribly. She tried to take it for herself. But off the ship, she was dragged away. Freedom locked up. Freedom in chains. They tell me I have to take it out of her. So hook, rope, peel, and pull. When it was done, freedom stood motionless. Freedom stood still. I see the final bronze woman, and I feel as if, maybe even hope, she's only dormant now and will awaken again.
Interesting. Anti-Dean Association storms the U.S. Capitol.
Oh my fucking god, it's February 6th.
February 6th, all over again. Millions look on in horror during the attack on democracy.
Did I say February 6th? We're on oh my god, like
you
fucking
said February.
Hell. I am too tired to be alive, man.
The Statue of Freedom is shut down by Ada gunfire. So the ADA is the Anti-Dean Agents
Association.
Association. So
yeah,
that's like the white Christian conservative old people that believe Dean is a bad person or is the devil.
I mean, this shit never happened in the Nixon, I'm just saying.
Whoa, what the fuck? Was that a Monty Python face? Hold on. Was that like a Monty Python fucking human face? Hello.
Oh my fucking god.
Is that Dean?
Oh my god.
So that was the end of Freedom Follower, the last episode of the first season of the Monument Mythos. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. Do you know what? Didn't know what to make of it at first. I'm kind of invested, so I am
people were a
dying.
big bother.
Yeah, they really were. Well, look, I will let you wrap up stream. We will do the second half.
Also, thank you, Rye Win, for subscribing.
Yes, subscribe to Evan. Subscribe. Because
I do
when
fun
he gets
content.
when he gets to 500 subscribers, he's going to do a stream telling you all why Corontos is the worst person on the planet.
Yes.
It's exciting content. I'm excited for it.
It's exciting content coming up. Yes, thank you. Like the stream. Like I said, if you enjoy what I do, whether it's the gaming, if you want me to do more different content, like I said, I did the little Warhammer like lolcow thing. If you guys have like some interesting characters, because like I said, I want to keep it like niche for now. Because like I said, I still primarily play a lot of video games and do that stuff. And, I like doing this stuff with Beckett where we go over like analog horrors that are either not like covered as frequently or ones that we've never watched or heard of. So
yeah, it's good.
We, play video games bad, I might add. Okay, some games, yeah, I'm pretty bad at. It's not my fault that fucking RimWorld's hard. But again, thank you, Beckett, for showing up. Go sleep, and
I'm gonna go pass out now.
Yeah,
Peace.
go pass out. All right.
Thank you.
See you later.
Later.
So, again, thank you guys for showing up today. It does mean a lot. Like I said, this when I'm able to get enough of you guys to come and watch something and you guys enjoy it, it makes me feel good. So like I want to produce more stuff like this for you guys much more frequently. After the Helldivers 2 video, I have a couple rant videos for the, actual stuff. Thank you, Eclastic Ghoul, for, your kind words. I don't feel like I am a great streamer. I try. Definitely I want to start eventually get to be monetized so I can start making stuff like little fun emotes for you guys and stuff like that. But that's gonna take some time. But I think I could eventually get there. Tune in for tomorrow for another usual stream where I'm gonna do some gaming. It'll be a toss-up between Fallout 2 again or more RimWorld. Because fucking Mumbles told me that I'm actually playing the second game of the Nier Automata series, and that's why my theories are a little confused. Fallout 2? Alright, well, looks like it'll be Fallout 2 then. So again, I usually stream at 6 a.m. because most of my viewers are European or nocturnal. I try to stream when I can. Sometimes I'll be an hour late, sometimes later, but we've made it so these streams would be around 1 p.m., at least the analog horror stuff. So again, thank you everyone for coming. Like the stream, subscribe, and have yourself a good rest of your day. Goodbye.